everyone, so my name is Deanna. Welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to make a video about all the healthy cheap meals that I eat that could be a really good idea for you. You might see some that you really like. So the first thing that I made for my meal is some cauliflower rice. I added a little bit of onion and minced garlic in some avocado oil. I don't have the bottle because it broke, but I did add my cauliflower rice, mixed vegetables, and I added some scrambled eggs and soy sauce at the end, salt and pepper. I added that to all of this to my chicken that is in the oven. This was super cheap. The package was only $2.70 for my chicken, and it's 3 pounds. The reason why it was so cheap is because it was on sale, and it did have bones in it, so I just cut the bones out of it, and that's just about it. I threw it in the oven, and that is cooking, and I can't wait to eat. I'm gonna have some tea because I'm starving, and tea sort of like makes so I don't eat as much, for one, and green tea does help you lose weight, and I'm also I'm hungry, so I'm gonna be drinking that while I wait for my chicken to cook. So yeah, that is what I'm having for dinner tonight. Hey everyone, my name is Deanna and welcome to my channel, and today I wanted to do a video on cheap meals. So these are not going to be weight loss friendly exactly. They are going to be healthy, just not exactly for healthy or like weight loss. It's just a cheap meal video. So my first cheap meal that I wanted to show you guys is some steel cut oats. The directions are a third cup of the oats and 3/4 cup of water in the microwave, or you can make them on the stove, so the measurements will be a little bit different. I chopped up an apple, raisin, cinnamon, a little bit of salt, and some brown sugar, and this is a super cheap meal and absolutely delicious. So hope you guys enjoyed this little breakfast cheap meal. I will show you a cheap lunch later and dinner. So for my next cheap meal that I want to share with you guys is just basically a classic homemade macaroni and cheese. I have it left over because I made it last night for my family, but basically all you need is 3 cups of milk, 3 tablespoons of flour, like maybe ½ teaspoon of sugar, and a little bit of salt. You can omit the sugar, of course. Pepper, and then you just mix it to make your cheese sauce, and then you just boil your macaroni, and you add a box of 12 to 16 ounces of macaroni. My recipe called for 12 ounces, but this was 16 ounce, so I just used this whole thing, and it made plenty of leftovers. I used just this 1 bag of Monterey Jack cheese. I bought 2, so I'm able to show you the next day after it's made, but yeah. That's basically it, and it's super cheap and affordable, and my kids love it. So my little guy's over there eating it right now, aren't you? Is it so yummy? Even better the next day. The next cheap meal I wanted to bring to you guys, to your attention, is Mediterranean pasta. Now the way I made it, I feel like isn't correct for like the real way to make it, because I looked up online how to make it, and the ingredients were not the same as I make it, but I'm going to share with you how I make it. So basically I just use some pasta. Usually I use penne pasta, but this is what I had, and any pasta is great to use anyway, so it doesn't matter. Diced tomatoes, some black olives, and some chickpeas. I really think I'm just going to use the rest of these for like roasted chickpeas, and I used the tomatoes. I didn't use all of the can of it. I only made like half of a box because I'm going to be the only one eating it probably. I put in 1/4 of Italian dressing, and I'm just adding some Parmesan cheese to the top. Usually people add like onion and cubed cheese and stuff like that, but I did not for this one. And the other cheat meal we have all the time, my son's eating it right now, and that is ramen noodles. And the other cheat meal we have all the time is tomato soup with some grilled cheese. We had that for dinner last night, and it was delicious. We have it all the time. These are just cheap meals for cheap, budget friendly, like just a cheaper way of living. And I kind of wanted to share with you guys because this is what we do. This is how we live, and I really wanted to just be more real with you guys. So that is why I'm gonna be sharing a lot of our cheap meals. Oh my goodness. He's having hot cocoa with his, oh my gosh. Another really easy, quick meal to throw together is just a basic chili. It is like a beefy chili. I put beef in here, kidney beans. I put in 2 cans in mine. Tomato sauce, tomato paste, diced tomatoes, bell peppers, onion, and all my spices that I needed. And I'm going to be making some corn muffin mix to go with it. So my spices are right here. Chili powder, a little bit of cayenne and cumin. And that's basically it for this recipe. I also put in some beef broth. Basically you can just like throw it together, or you can follow a recipe and just put in the ingredients that you have. There's so many amazing recipes out there for chili, and it is super cheap and easy and affordable. So I thought I'd mention that and just show you guys that's what we're having for dinner tonight. Alright, so I'm doing another cheap meal. It's basically really similar to my last one though. So I am making deep fried French fries, and I'm making the fried chicken again. Chicken was only like $3 and something, and I have this huge bag of potatoes. It was only $10 for this huge bag. Like it's literally filled up to here. I don't even know how many pounds this is. 50 pounds, I think. That's crazy. It's only $10 for that. We got it at like a farmer's market local to our area. Yeah, that's what we're having for dinner. They had hot dogs before this, and then one of them had a sandwich. They're just sort of eating whatever today. They had leftovers. I had leftovers for like lunch, and I'm not eating any of this. I just really don't feel hungry. It's like really late. But yeah, that's what we're having for dinner and what we've sort of had today. Hey everyone, so I wanted to share with you another really cheap meal. This is probably one of the more expensive ones though, but I still wanted to share it because it's still pretty cheap and reasonable. I got a pot roast, but it is called a Angus beef eye round roast. It was $11.89, so it's still pretty cheap. Most of them are like way more expensive than that. I just went with like the cheapest one I could find. This one was like, I think it says 2.29 pounds. So yeah, I put the pot roast in here with a packet of onion soup mix, about 3 cups of water, carrots and onion. I cut my onion really big because my kids don't like it, so they can easily pick it out. But it gives it really good flavor, even though there is onion soup mix in there to give it flavor, so I didn't really have to add it, but I did because they can deal. Potatoes, I put in 2 big potatoes, or you could do 3 medium potatoes. I put in like about a tablespoon of oil, a beef bouillon cube, or you could use beef broth, garlic, like minced garlic, and a little bit of cornstarch, salt and pepper. You can add thyme to yours, but I did not have any. I don't know why I lost mine. I think I need to go through my spices. I've been trying to like go through them and have them out and ready so that when I'm cooking I can find them easily, but I still lost one in the meantime. So I have to clean out my cupboards and find it. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna put this on low, probably for like 4 to 6 hours. This crock pot in particular, if you have the same one, you probably know that this cooks everything super fast. So I'm cooking it on low, and it'll cook it so fast. I made beans in here the other day on low, and it burned it. That was frustrating. But anyway, yep, these are in here cooking, and I cannot wait because this is going to be a really good meal. We've been doing a lot of meatless meals. You may have noticed we had pancakes last night, which is another cheap meal, and we did like tomato soup and grilled cheese, so that's another meatless meal. We did spaghetti without meat. You can add meatballs to yours. We just didn't that night, and we did one night, but we didn't the next when we had it again. And we do a lot of meatless options. We had like ramen noodles the other day for dinner. Just super cheap meal, and no meat was added. And sometimes we just do leftovers, but yeah. So I think this is pretty much gonna wrap up all the cheap meals that I'm gonna do. I might do like a cheap meals too, like a second run on of like really cheap meals, because of course I'm still gonna be making cheap meals because I am broke and cheap. So yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on my next one. And give this a thumbs up and subscribe, and if you like this, and let me know down below if you like these recipes too, and if you are gonna try any of the ones that I showed you. Anyway, bye guys. Hey everyone, so the next cheat meal I wanted to share with you guys is a recipe called ham and northern bean. I think it's soup, but it might just be northern beans and ham in a crock pot recipe. I just sort of went online and found a recipe for it. I've never tried this before. I don't know how it's gonna come out. I might, after this clip, I might fast forward and tell you guys how it ended up turning out. But I put a ham steak in here with some northern beans, with some, so my ham was $4.34, so pretty inexpensive for this. Put a little bit of minced garlic in. I put in some water with some chicken bouillon. I just have like a packet for it. Some Great Northern beans, red cayenne pepper, crushed red pepper, salt and pepper, some ground cloves. I basically just sprinkled all this in here. I didn't measure anything. Parsley, 1 bay leaf, and some brown sugar. And this is it. I'm going to be cooking this on low for a couple hours, and I think I might add some carrots, but for some vegetable. And other than that, I'm just gonna see how it turns out. I'm hoping it turns out good. I'm just gonna leave this in here for a couple hours, and that will be for dinner tonight. So, I forgot to mention that I added some onion and carrot to it, so that is how that is now. Another really cheap meal is lentil stew. So in here I have 2 cups of lentils, 3/4 cup of butter. I used a half an onion, garlic minced, dried dill, 3 cups of water, salt and pepper, a bay leaf, some thyme, carrots, spinach, and a chicken bouillon cube and Worcestershire sauce. And so it is in my crockpot cooking. It really doesn't take long to cook, about 45 minutes on a pot if you're doing it in a pot, or you can put it in the crock pot for good 4 to 6 hours, and it's absolutely delicious. So, and it's super cheap. It literally probably cost me like $4 to make this meal. So yeah, thought I would share this recipe with you guys. Thank you for watching.